You're now listening to a RattHaus production podcast. For more podcasts like this, head to RattHaus.net.
Hey guys, this is Comments After Dark, because I'm not going to be like our friend here, Matt the Rat, who's gone for the day, but I am Mike.
I am Tiffany.
And I'm Patrick.
Patrick, what's wrong with your voice, bro?
I don't know. It keeps coming and going.
You go to like...
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say anyway, so it's fine.
Why not?
I don't know.
You brought like a lot of
Because
fucking
I'm
comments.
outnumbered because I'm the DC guy. And so. So anyways, I read Iron Man.
So how was you guys' week?
That was all right.
It was okay.
You're not blind yet, are you?
Hmm?
You're not blind yet, are you?
Not totally.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. I forgot what I read. Shit. Oh, yeah. So
We kind of need that.
Yeah.
No. Now I remember. Freaking, so issue number 3 preview of Warframe from Image, which is so fucking good. Not because I play the fucking game, but
No, not at all.
but the comic itself, the art is just phenomenal. The cool thing too, the creators of the comic is actually working hand in hand with the creator of the game, so they get a lot of feedback of it. But as you can tell, dude, the fucking
I like that. You showed me that last
just
time. That's good.
so good. So it brings in best way how they did. The creator of the game itself was smart about it. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna create a comic book of my game so I can get the comic book creators to play my fucking game. So it's like the greatest thing ever. But pretty much the storyline continues from they're still on a mission trying to save another Warframe called Excalibur from a faction called the Grenier. So they're still planning all this shit out, and the main guy Vor just releases a new faction of enemy that just came out into the game on the PC side, called the Ghouls, and they're just like fucking brutal as hell. So, and they're still on the step by step trying to save them, and they're on the ship, and they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna go through this door. They open it, and it's like some infested monsters, aka the Flood type of deal thing from Halo, and it just ends there. So you're like, fuck. So it's like the whole climax of them talking about the plan, what they're gonna do, blah blah blah. They're like, well, no. Are we gonna save him? Yeah, we're gonna save him, but we're gonna go do this first. And they're like, all right. And then all of a sudden, she opens this door, and then boom, a bunch of different other monsters. So it's like it's just a build up of them trying to go save this one particular Warframe Excalibur. So it's pretty dope, though.
Sounds like Wreck-It Ralph.
Hell yeah.
I like Wreck-It Ralph.
I like the bugs.
Yeah. All right.
Was there any candy in this?
No, they weren't.
That's the problem.
Can't collect candy.
Yeah.
Then it's not good.
Did you get a medal? Did you get
Yes.
a medal? Okay, you get a medal.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
I got a medal. Plenty of them. I can't believe I wasted my life in that game, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The past 3 months I've been playing it, I have over like 600 hours.
Damn, dude.
Keep going.
I am.
I want to know what happens when you hit 1,000.
I'm gonna still play. The game's so addicting. I can't help it. All right, what you read?
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah. Well, you're
Go for
DC.
For my DC,
Yeah.
Detective 973. Well, really, it was like the arc.
A Batgirl.
The
A Batwoman.
No, it's Detective.
Oh, okay.
969 through the current one that comes out today, 973, is the fall of the Batman. And
Ooh.
I like it because in the Batman comic, the regular Batman comic, it's more about him and his relationship with Catwoman and all that stuff that's going on, like with Superman too. And this one is him and his team that he's built. And so, you know, we've been reading Doomsday Clock, and it's showing how, like, at that point in time, Gotham's turned against Batman, but they don't really say why. And this, I think, is telling the story of why. He puts a team together, and they keep referring to it, like the media keeps referring to it as like the militarization of the vigilantes. And they said that, like, they didn't mind when it was just Batman, but now he's got
A whole crew.
They build this, like, he has a tower that they call the Belfry that they're working out of.
Oh, what the fuck?
And so it's Batman, it's Red Robin, which is Tim Drake.
Yeah.
It's Orphan, which is Cassandra Cain,
Yeah.
the old Batgirl. It's Batwoman, Batwing.
Orphan or Oracle?
She goes by Orphan.
Oh,
it's
now?
the old black suit she wore when she was Batgirl, but without the ears.
Oh,
so it's got like the
shit.
mouth, sewn shut.
Yeah.
It's that Batwing, which is Lucas Fox,
Yeah.
Lucius's son. Spoiler. And no, spoiler the character. I'm not gonna spoil the comic.
I was like, what's
And then that's Stephanie Brown, and then also he's recruited Clayface
No way.
to be a good guy now.
What?
And so what's happening in this story is everything's starting to fall apart. Like they've been like cleaning up Gotham as a team, like 8 of them for many issues, and then it comes to this story, and Clayface had this like thing on his wrist that kind of helped him stay in check.
Yeah.
And anyways, it gets taken off, and he just loses it. And it said that like Bruce has been collecting every time he defeats Clayface, he collects all the extra clay.
Yeah.
So he had a room full of it, and they basically made like almost like the X-Men Danger Room.
Yeah.
But they use the mud from Clayface, so when they're practicing, the
That's
mud is like their danger room.
Crazy.
So when Clayface turns bad again, he combines with all this mud that they've been collecting. He's like massive, like a Godzilla, basically, and he just goes through
Shit.
wrecking Gotham. And so
Holy fuck.
part of this story is when it says, will she pull the trigger? And the covers are always misleading. She's got Batman and he's actually fighting Clayface at that point, and she had like a specialized bullet that could actually take down Clayface permanently, kill him.
Oh,
and so the question was, Bruce told her, do not use it. We're not going to kill him. We can save him. So this is kind of leading up to whether or not they kill Clayface. But this story, you see Gotham starting to turn against Batman, and the protesting has already begun. That they have all these signs that it's just too much, because this group has like risen up against them. I think they're called like the first victims or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like saying like we're the people that are victims of like the collateral damage of him being a vigilante.
Yeah.
So they're trying to win the public over. So slowly but surely
fuck
you're
them.
seeing Gotham revolt. Yeah. And it's kind of tying in a little bit, I think, in Justice League right now too. They have they're in the middle of a thing where they're basically going on trial because there was a guy dressed up as Batman who they were being investigated by like the Senate or whatever, and the main senator that was leading the charge against them for trying to keep them in check, almost like the
Civil War.
Yeah, kind of like that. But she gets killed by a guy dressed as Batman. He puts a batarang right through her head.
Oh,
so I think that might end up tying in together of like more of why the public is just very
Fed up with
anti-Batman, and we'll probably have to wait until Doomsday Clock catches up to the rest of the DC universe and concludes to see what. But you kind of see it happening now. So it's kind of cool because like this is called the Fall of the Batman. When they did the Rebirth, the first comic arc I think was called like Rise of the Batman or something like that,
Yeah.
and it was how he put this team together.
Yeah.
And so now it's all crumbling.
Kind of sad they don't have Red Hood in it. But-
He appears in I think either Batman or some of the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't make the full team. But Tim Drake is the one that's kind of like putting this together, and he wants to get like you could see like his master plan was to eventually get everybody. 'Cause he was talking about bringing in Batgirl because then they'd get all the Birds of Prey.
Oh,
and
shit.
He just wanted to make this huge
Fucking
army
ensemble.
basically where
Yeah.
they would eventually have everybody. But it looks like it's falling apart before he could get to that point.
Damn.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I think this one was like the 5th of, I'm guessing 6. I don't know if they're going to go beyond 6. But,
Oh, shit.
So that means next month, or actually in probably 2 weeks, since they're doing 2 issues of Detective every month, I think.
Oh, shit.
We should wrap up next week, 2 weeks from now,
Damn.
and see where it goes from there. But
I
it's
guess
good.
I have to check that out
It's
now.
very good, yeah. And there's no Superman in it, so you'll like it.
Good.
Yay.
Fuck Superman. What do you got, Chica?
I read Sex Criminals 21 from Image.
How's that?
It's very interesting now because John and Susie are now like broken up, so they went their separate ways.
No way.
So John works at a sex shop right now, putting away dildos and whatnot, and pretty much goes to every character what they're doing now. Like some of them got like regular jobs at a bank, and Kegel Face is just like a regular mom shopping at a market. And Susie's now works at a museum. She's like an assistant to some manager.
Okay.
So they were both invited to a dress-up party, which was like on Halloween. But Susie and John were invited to the same party, so they got the message wrong about dress up. So they came in costumes as Freddie Mercury in the gold jacket and shorts. And everyone else is just like dressed like professionally and nice. So they're like,
We're like, fuck.
So they both dressed up the same, and they're like, this is the first time they're seeing each other since the breakup.
Yeah.
And like,
So
the
super
emotions
awkward.
are coming. Yeah, it's awkward. The emotions are coming, and
damn.
she's thinking, because she's hooking up with her boss,
Oh.
and living with him, and she's all describing like, well, he's pretty lame in the sack. Whereas John, it was more exciting. They could do it wherever, whenever, and she's having regrets. So she moves back with her mom, and her mom's like literally like, I guess, like adventuring into her sexuality with those groups, looking at their vagina and like being women and whatnot, like those kind of things. So she's like, what the fuck, mom? So she's all out there talking about dicks and whatnot. And
Remember when comic books were for kids?
Yeah, it's not suitable for kids. It's way like really mature. But I mean, come on, it's in the title, sex criminals.
Yeah, I know.
What's that be about?
Well, fuck Fairyland. It's like, what?
But anyways, Susie's like pretty much like doesn't know what the fuck she's gonna do and like whether to go back with John or not, and
That's crazy.
that's pretty much it for that one.
The mom outside talking.
Yeah. Because she goes downstairs and she sees her mom with a bunch of ladies putting mirrors against their vaginas and talking about their vaginas. So.
Well, that doesn't happen in Detective Comics. Not much.
No, it doesn't.
All right, so we either go group number 1 or group number 2. Read.
There was 2?
Yeah.
What was the second one?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I think I missed it.
Take a guess.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Number 6.
All right, we'll do the Power Rangers and we'll knock out the other one.
You're in charge, man.
And no, I'm not.
Let's just do the Power Rangers one first, since it's just me and you. And
All
then
right,
all
for sure.
together, the other one.
All right, so issue number 6 of Go Power
I always
Rangers.
like it when you guys talk Power Rangers because you get
Why?
super into
That's
it.
all we do.
No, it's fun. It's always cool seeing people talk about stuff that they like
Oh yeah.
really enjoy,
Like
like Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. I don't know. We get the same way when we talk about Pokemon stuff.
I have my little.
I made my own Pokemon jacket.
There you
That's
go.
how much I love it.
I have a Charmander in my wallet.
Yes.
Pokemon card.
Actually, I had the little, because it fell off my phone, the little fucking finger thing for the back of the phone. It was Charmander.
Oh, yeah,
Hold
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it fell off. I'm kind of sad.
How did it fall off? Those things are like stick to
He
everything.
left it out in
like,
the rain and the tail went out.
It did.
No, no, the back end of my phone has grooves.
Yeah,
so it doesn't-
it won't stay.
okay.
Yeah, so sad. All right, so Go Power Rangers issue number 6 was fucking amazing.
The ending was like surprising. I was like, what? No.
Yeah,
Don't
I know.
even think
I was
about
fucking
it.
pissed. I was pissed.
But it pretty much starts off where Rita is going by like it was like her
Worlds.
pass through different planets and worlds, and people are all like, oh, this is like our best
Treasures,
stuff,
food, and whatnot.
everything, their farm, even like a baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember the actual series? No,
Just a little. Just a
You
little.
remember the blue monster she had? Who was like
little,
a fat.
little fat one, little fat blue
Yeah,
one.
I think so.
Yeah. So his parents offered him as tribute to Rita.
To save themselves, but
And that
like,
didn't work.
Yeah, so pretty much everyone has been like killed every time they offer something to Rita because she's like, it's not good enough.
It's
What
like
the
fuck you guys.
Yeah,
But
so
it was so. And then
it cuts to where the Black Ranger is trying to figure out
who's his secret admirer? It's all
For
leading
the
up to
dance
Homecoming
and the
right now.
Homecoming,
So, but and then also who was it? Then Jason's trying to fucking build up the courage to ask Trini out, and he's like, "All right, got to do this, blah blah blah." And then so he goes up to her. Well, I gotta go. I got this thing. Don't forget about Trini at 7:00. And then he just like
later.
He's like, later, and she's like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay.
So and then. They end up just fast forward a little bit, and then the Rita sends an attack at the theater, like at a drive-through. Yeah, drive-in, and
That Kimberly's boyfriend's family are at. So they come to Kim comes to the conclusion that Rita's after him every time because he's always there at the same.
Wait, this is the
spot.
fake boyfriend, right?
yeah, the fake.
Hey,
one.
I'm remembering
There
stuff.
you go. There you go.
Yes, this
gonna have
is
to
the
start reading
fake
this.
boyfriend, and so later on, and then like everyone teleports except for Billy because Billy's in a meeting with this company for his future.
And he's like one of the youngest kids to be there too. So
Yeah, so they're telling him, so what makes you good enough to be here? And he's like, honestly, I'm not.
yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's very hard for me. But like, he's like, I'll take things and figure it out. And there you go.
yeah. So while the Rangers are all fucking fighting Goldar and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and Billy shows up late. And then as soon as Billy shows,
Billy.
yeah, he
But
shows up late.
teleports in the wrong area. But
Yeah.
it wasn't his fault.
It was Alpha's.
It's Alpha's.
Fucking bastard. But anyways, and then Goldar just pretty much gets his sword about to fucking slit his throat, right? And then fucking Goldar gets hit by a fucking minivan.
From Kimberly's
Fake boyfriend.
fake boyfriend.
Big boyfriend.
So, and he's like, I'm sorry, Goldar, I had to do this and whatnot. So, speed up a little bit more. So, they're all getting, Jason was fucking pretty much got all pissed off with Billy. And he's like, dude,
I have
told-
something to do.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then Kimber is like, fuck this, they attacked my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. It's all this other shit. And then Zordon's like, no, I really understand what you're going through, but we're doing the best we can to trying to keep them safe, but it's only, we're trying to do what we can do. But to her, it's like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So they keep bringing it down in a little small stint of Bulk and Skull trying to bribe these chicks to go to the homecoming. They end up managing to get that happening, and then pretty much at the end of it,
The team is pretty much figuring out Kimberly's boyfriend's been acting different, and not like the same. The way he acts,
at
the
the
way
game, at the homecoming
he
game.
remembers things, and how he remembers and what he doesn't remember, and the way he communicates is very off.
Yeah, so that's a conversation between Zach and Trini, and then all of a sudden Billy comes up to Kimberly and say, I got an idea that will help the team and help you out with your boyfriend. She's like, pretty much like, what? It's like, have homeboy become the new Blue Ranger, and it just ends right there. I'm like, no!
The Pat Rangers need you, Billy. They do.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw another one in because that reminds me of the last panel of this Batman comic.
All right,
I
what
was
is
like,
it?
come on. So this is, remember I talked about the 2 issues called Super Friends?
Yeah.
And it was him hanging out with Superman, and they went to the carnival and stuff. And It was really lighthearted. And then
It was a pretty good story.
Yeah.
and then the next issue was a totally different story. So it wasn't part of that. It was like he's helping this kid whose parents get murdered, and he's trying to solve the case for him. Like he's helping him as Bruce, but then he goes out as Batman to solve it. And it turns out that this kid's butler did it. But the more he digs in, like this kid idolized Bruce Wayne, and he realizes the kid paid the butler to murder his own parents so that he could be like Bruce Wayne. Right? So totally twisted. So I thought the Super Friends arc was over because they went in a different direction.
Yeah.
Then issue 39 comes out and it's called Super Friends Part 3. So they come back to it. But this one isn't with Superman. You'll be happy there's no Superman once again.
Yes.
So there's this dude called the Gentleman, and he like
Is
basically
he gentle?
And he's a man.
he guards like almost like a Hellmouth, right?
Oh,
so there's
shit.
all these demons trying to make it to Earth, and all his job is just destroy them.
Smack him.
And Wonder Woman comes to visit Bruce and tells him that like apparently they had made a promise. They had met him at one point. They were helping him defeat monsters and said that's all he does all day, and that someday if you need a break, we'll come take your place and you can go to Earth and
Do
have
something.
a break. And so Wonder Woman shows up and tells him like he contacted me. He's calling in the favor basically. So we're gonna go to this plane of existence
That favor,
and fight
huh?
monsters, and the Gentleman's gonna come here and get to have a day off.
Yeah.
It's just one day. So he's comes and he's hanging out with Catwoman and he's explaining what he does, and he says he wants to go visit his wife because he only gets to come home like once a year.
Yeah.
And so they just keep cutting back to Bruce and Diana just with their
hacking,
swords, just
slashing.
hacking monsters and demons and stuff. And then towards the end, it's revealed the guy's, he's kind of talking like I haven't seen my wife in forever. And then he says he comes back and he's like, well, it's once a year in your time, but when you're over there, time works differently.
Yeah.
So when it cuts back to Bruce and Diana, they're like, we've been here for 10 years. And the dude's only been gone for a day, and he's going to see his wife and then come back, but they don't know that. And they're starting to be like, I don't think he's coming back. And so at the very last panel, they lean in to kiss, and it cuts. I'm like, no! Because they just did all this with him proposing to Catwoman and all this story, and like then they leave me. And luckily, this is another one that comes out every 2 weeks. So I think we'll find out next week what happens. But I was just like, no!
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you throw the comic against the wall?
Yeah, I was just like, damn it. But yeah, I was not happy.
Holy shit.
Because like she's making fun of him in the beginning that he looks
Yeah.
goofy with the pointy ears, and then as time goes by, she's like, you don't look that bad.
That sounds,
She's all like, you're doable.
Yeah, they've been stuck there for 10 years. So
that sounds like us.
Things start to develop after 10 years.
yeah.
It's like, ugh, no, that's hideous. And then after like 6 months in, yeah,
I regret it.
I'll do it. Might have regrets, but I'll do it.
To be continued.
No, damn. And Homeboy didn't explain that to them before they fucking left.
I think they knew, but Selena didn't know. She knew that like Bruce would be gone for a day.
Yeah.
She didn't know it was gonna for him feel like 10 years trapped in another plane with Wonder Woman. Because she might have been like, I don't think so.
Damn.
She probably would have gone with him.
Oh fuck yeah, she would have. That's fucking insane. Well, since you
So
have
yeah,
that,
it took a twist.
that's
What a
crazy.
twist.
What a twist of lime. All right, since we're
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
and
this,
it kind of opened up to what we talked
yeah.
about.
So issue number 3.
Number 3.
A
of
Doomsday clock.
Doomsday.
So what do you guys think about it so far?
It's very interesting, and I'm kind of excited because they hinted at maybe we'll see a character in the future.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
actually pretty stoked, and that the total what the fuck moment I had.
So there's 3 stories going on, right? Because you've got
Yes.
Batman hanging out with Rorschach.
Yeah.
And he reads the journal,
Yep.
and Rorschach asks for more pancakes, which
Yes.
I loved.
In a smaller room.
In
Yeah.
a smaller room. Every room they show him is too big. And then Batman tells him, go clean up while I read the journal, and that's when he takes the mask off. So
And we're like, who the fuck is that?
who's this guy?
I told him like, wait, what?
You black.
Wait, what? I'm like, what happened? What the fuck just happened? And it's like, okay, this is an interesting twist. I didn't fucking expect to happen.
Yeah.
And
Then
then
we've got the
So obviously it's not Rorschach. It's somebody else that's portraying Rorschach.
Or
and
has
they
his
kept
memories or
hinting at it. He
something.
kept
Yeah.
saying
Then-
that he's not Rorschach, but then you kept wondering because he
talks like him.
Yeah,
him.
talks like him. He
Everything.
has the journal.
and because he had the memories because of the journal, but still.
Right. But yeah,
So what, you think Dr. Manhattan just found a random person and put those memories,
memories
in
into
him?
him.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan can pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants.
As
Yeah.
we saw with
Yeah.
the comedian falling to his death and then
Which
waking
was-
up on the beach.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck is going on? And he wakes up on the beach. I'm like, that's cool. That's how you got to Gotham. Okay.
Yeah. So the second
Interesting.
story, you got to see the fight with comedian and Ozzy
Uh-huh.
with Luther
Dude.
on the ground just bleeding out,
Fucking
Yeah.
stomping each other.
fuck them.
I completely
Up.
forgot about Luther until they brought him in. Oh, he's at the hospital. I'm like, oh yeah. He got shot.
He was like, oh, the sailor is mortally wounded, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, he took a fucking grappling hook to the fucking shoulder.
Well, I guess there's actually 4 stories because then you have the old folks home too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, and I
That-
mean I think that's obviously leading to something. The TV show is going to have to tie in somehow.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But
funny because
He's just waiting there, like my kids are coming.
Yeah.
I kind of felt
It's
bad
10
for him.
p.m.
Like, why do
Yeah.
they keep going back to this old
Yeah,
man?
like I
Yeah.
feel bad. Like at first it starts with it, it's like, oh, back in my day,
Yeah.
fucking here's George Gimaggio and all this. I'm like,
Yeah.
god damn, all right. And then all of a sudden you see this old man
Just
staring out the
waiting
window.
for his family to
And
pick him up.
yeah, and just fucking flashbacks of this fucking show. I'm like,
I'm like,
damn.
does this have to do anything with him? Was he like the actor in that show or
I-
what? What was going on?
I don't fucking know,
Yeah.
but it was sad. It
Yeah,
was
it was sad.
really sad.
And then he like disappeared.
Yeah, and then we
Then
get
we've got the 2 villains.
Mannequin and the mime.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that was fucking
That was
crazy.
awesome.
She goes, "Let's go get that drink. This ain't Jersey."
Yeah, this ain't Jersey. Let's go get that drink. All right. She's like, this looks like a good place
Yeah,
to go.
and all of a sudden, one of the homeboys like, "How dare you come here and disrespect the boss like that?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he shows a Joker tat. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
it's on.
They were in the
shit.
Joker territory.
"Yep, dude, they just fucked them."
And then like, what the hell are you doing? He's pointing his finger at you. It's like,
then-
shoots him.
Yeah.
I was like,
Damn.
"No
So
way."
yeah, because the light hit it just right, and you realize like it looks
You
like he's
see
holding nothing, but it's almost like an
A
invisible
glare
guy.
Yeah.
of a
I was
gun.
like, "No way!" And then all of a sudden, she goes ham with her little fucking
Knife
string,
or
Yeah.
whatever.
fucking cutting guns. Is like, and what she says, one guy is like, "Oh, pretty eyes," and then,
Oh yeah.
I was
As
like,
soon as she said that, I'm like, no,
"Oh yeah."
leave his eyes alone, man. Stop messing up, man.
So
Yeah, they brutalized that place.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And then they're
also-
kind of like, let's go find this Joker.
Joker.
yeah,
Yeah.
and pour the drinks, and all of a sudden they pretty much like a pan out, and you see
Bodies everywhere.
bodies everywhere, and then it's like, let's go find Joker. I'm like,
Who's this Joker guy? I'm like,
ooh.
oh.
I was like, this is gonna be very interesting if they start working together. Well, they're going to
Yeah.
because they already felt betrayed, and then Batman locks up.
Cutting back to Batman.
Yeah,
takes
locking
Rorschach
up.
into Arkham.
Yep.
He's like, oh, right in this cell.
Well,
Just slams the
Batman
door.
does something really creepy. He just watches Rorschach and sleeping until he wakes up.
Yes, yes.
Fucking
the
like a
fuck?
creeper, man. But Rorschach's like, I will kill you. I'm like, ooh.
Well, he says like there's some like energy from this little gadget that he has
Yeah.
that it leads to Arkham's the asylum. So he goes there. He's like, oh, we're gonna find maybe Dr. Manhattan or something.
Yeah, I know where he
and then
is. And he's in this cell. Just
goes
go in
in
there.
there.
Just go in a little further. A little further.
Bam.
And you're like,
I was like,
damn.
fuck.
I don't know that I'm, like I said, I'm from the last issue. I'm actually really excited.
I am
The
too.
build
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
for this comic is getting better and better and better. Because like
Yeah.
first issue was slow, but obviously it was establishing what's somewhat was going on in
It was
this.
slow, but it wasn't a bad read.
No,
to me.
and then the
And I keep
second one,
trying not to think about how long it's going to take for us to get to issue 12.
it's gonna take us a
monthly.
minute,
Dude.
12 months,
Yeah.
a year. I know,
Totally
right?
worth it, but I want it
yeah.
now. I want it right
Yeah.
now.
But it's worth
Just
it.
like what they're plotting of what's gonna happen next is exciting.
Plus, like, I was traveling when issue 2 came out.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it till I got back. And then got issue 3 like a week or so later.
Yeah.
So it feels like, it's like, oh, no, wait. Hold on. It's a long road.
But the thing too is like with the story arc of it, you're like, okay, so it's like they're pretty much like they're strip teasing the readers. Like they're showing you what's gonna happen, but at the same time you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Now it's like, how is this Rorschach character gonna
Yeah.
get out?
Yeah.
because like
Well, and I also like that, like, because I'm reading a bunch of the other DC stuff, and
Yeah.
the way they're doing it is, this obviously is impacting what's going on in the DC universe, but you could just read Doomsday Clock and not have to read all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
they're
a
not
cool
doing
thing
this
about
like
it.
as you saw in Batman number 39. No, it doesn't matter because this story takes place at your
Yeah,
head. So
which
it'll,
I hate when they combine like saying like, oh, you need to read this. I'm like, I don't want to fucking read this other
Yeah.
comic. I just want to know within this realm of a comic.
Yeah.
I think
what's
the
going on.
only one that's actually worth kind of reading outside of Doomsday Clock is the Batman one, the detective one.
I think so. I think it's gonna have
to
a lot
figure
to
out
do with it.
why they're fucking
Yeah.
revolting, and maybe that Justice
And I
League
think
one too as well.
I think Action Comics, which I know you don't like Superman, but it's had a lot of like it looks like Manhattan is doing stuff in there. But again, I don't think you're gonna have to have read any of the action stuff when
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock is over. But if the other way around, like if you're reading Doomsday and you like it, and then you want to see how
going
it's
on
how
the
it's
outside?
affecting the universe, then yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But I do love that it's not like 12 issues and here's the full checklist
Yeah.
of the 300 things you have to read to really understand what's going on. Because I get tired of that.
Yeah.
They do that way too often.
yeah, they do. No, it's like that's why like,
I'm like,
what-
I'm broke, yo.
it's like one, maybe not everybody's favorite, but like Axis. Like I enjoy the story arc of Axis, right? And obviously they have their own little spin-offs
Yeah.
of everything. What was fucking awesome, like Carnage becoming trying to be a superhero, trying to save everybody, but he's fucking killing people in the process of it. Or Loki, pretty much it says pretty much vote for Loki type of deal thing, which I really don't remember that comic at all right now. But it's like it's awesome to see how the tables turn, but you don't need to read all the other ones to figure out what was the
Right.
main storyline. So I dug it. It was really cool. But all right, we got anything else?
No.
it.
But we do have T-shirts though.
Oh yeah, t-shirts.
Yeah.
Buy our t-shirts.
Buy our T-shirts.
Buy our t-shirts.
All of them.
We've got the link to buy the t-shirts. We'll put it in the show notes for this episode.
Yep. Other than
Shirts
that,
for every show.
every show.
Every show.
Even the stuff you don't believe in. That show.
I believe that the show exists.
Yes, that's the only thing you.
And I will rock a t-shirt, but that's about it.
All right, guys. This is Commons After Dark. I am Mike.
Oh, me?
Well,
I
okay.
can't
looks
see you
at
guys.
you.
Yeah, but I was looking at them with this eye.
Oh, so you couldn't see me.
And I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Patrick.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Deuces.